Welcome to Aggressor Adventures. Meet adventure planner Ben Lowe.
I was born and raised here in Augusta, Georgia. I grew up here as well. I've went to school in the Richmond County system at the schools, and I've also, in high school, I went to ARC, which stands for Academy of Richmond County.
Ben had several hobbies and activities as a young man.
A lot of activities growing up that I did. I was really into music and sports. So I played the viola in orchestra, and I've also played football and baseball growing up as well.
He talks about his parents.
My parents were very active in my life. They were very loving parents and showed me a lot growing up. One interesting fact, they were in a rock band. My mom was the lead singer and my dad was the lead guitarist. So I always traveled with them when they went to the local bars and played music. So they were really laid back and just really loving people and showed me a lot.
Ben had his mom and dad all to himself.
I was an only child. I was kind of what you call an oopsie baby. And I was born in November.
He remembers his childhood pets.
My mom was a very cat person. She loves dogs, but I've always had cats when I was growing up. One pet that I can remember, his name is Cody. He was an all-white cat with blue eyes. We got him when he was a little kitten because I guess his mom passed. So we were wanting to pick him up, take him in. We didn't think he was going to live. And one funny story, when he was kind of not eating as a little kitten, and we were like, how are we going to feed him? And one day I was eating a hot dog, and he jumped on my shoulder and snatched the hot dog out of my mouth. We always called him Psycho Cat because he would always do these different things what normal cats wouldn't do.
Ben reflects on his early education.
A lot of my education came from Richmond County here in Augusta. All public schools, and my high school, I guess the main one is Academy of Richmond County. It's where I kind of laid my groundwork, I guess you could say. Had a lot of friends that I don't really hang out with a lot of them, but there's a few core that I still talk to. We played sports and some of them music when I was growing up too. So that's kind of where that all came from.
He looks back upon his childhood dreams.
Growing up, a lot of my dreams, they weren't really solidified. I just kind of, anything, my parents taught me just kind of go with the flow. So growing up, I always loved sports and music, so I always kind of thought I would love to do that. So I always stayed persistent with it. So that was a lot of where my dreams came from, but mainly I learned from my parents just to kind of lay back and go with the flow.
Ben enjoyed friends and fun as a kid.
A lot of things that I did for fun, of course, surrounded around music and sports, which you know a little bit about that about me already, but I also was a video gamer growing up. My first console system or little system that you would play was the Nintendo NES. You play Mario, just a kind of little guy hopping around. A lot of our friends would get together, even on Saturdays, while we watched football, college football. We would play games before the game and after the game. So there's a lot of the hobbies that I had growing up.
He had multiple influences and educational experiences that led him to his current position at Aggressor Adventures.
There never really was a big affinity that foretold what I would do now, but a lot of my work revolves around marketing and customer service. I guess being able to do sports and music, you have to learn how to work with people, and I guess that's one thing I would say that would foretold what I'm doing now. But I never was a kid growing up saying, I'm going to do SEO, marketing when I grow up. But all the learning how to be friends and the community helped me evolve later on.
Ben fondly remembers his college years.
A lot of my years in undergraduate was all about friends and being around, meeting new people. I don't really remember a lot of my academics. I do remember some teachers and what I've learned here and there, but I think the biggest thing I learned was building connections and keeping those connections afterwards.
He shares some of his most rewarding hobbies and activities as an adult.
A lot of my most rewarding activities that I do now, which I still need to get back into after the pandemic. I still try to stay involved in sports. I play a lot of flag football, so I still get my football itch. We had a team that actually went down to the national tournament and placed top 10, which was really fun. Great experience. Wish I could get back into that. Gotta get back in the workout to kind of get fresh again. But another thing is a lot of hobbies right now surround or still game. I know a lot of people think, that's a kid's thing, but to me it's not. It's again, I know I talk about community, but I've met a lot of people around the world that I still talk to and video game with on my PC. So I've met people from Canada and from Europe, and we play games together. That aspect of just doing something fun and meeting people that you never would really meet without that.
We asked Ben how life led him to where he is now, today, at Aggressor Adventures.
I think a lot of my experience revolved around customer service, whether that meant me doing videography. I've done communications through marketing, through ads or social media, and even live production. And I've also worked at Apple, so I got a little taste of that side of customer service as well. So I think all those things help form me to who I am today, to be able to be an adventure planner for Aggressor Adventures.
Aggressor Adventures, for your adventure of a lifetime.